Boyka! 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 Boyka!
The story begins inside a grim Russian prison. Yuri Boyka, once the most feared underground fighter, now limps as he mops the prison floor. Since the last fight with Chambers, Boyka's spirit has broken, and he no longer cares about himself. He soon hears the prisoners chanting the name of Basim Zhikov, the new reigning champion of the prison fights. Boyka watches from the shadows as Zhikov demolishes his opponent in a brutal way. He wins by submission, and then kills the man without remorse. Zhikov is backed by Gaga, Boyka's former manager, who had abandoned him after his last loss with Chamber and broken knee. Gaga walks past, drops money at Boyka's feet, but Boyka doesn't even flinch. He steps on it, rejecting both the money and the man who turned his back on him. Boyka starts to pray in his cell, indicating that redemption may be achievable, but it requires hard work. Later, Boyka meets his lawyer, only to be told that his request to reduce his sentence has been denied and he can't appeal again for 15 years. With no other choice, Boyka decides to fight again. He begins brutal training on his injured leg, still haunted by both past glories and defeats. Meanwhile, Zhikov's next match cements his dominance as he tears through yet another opponent. After the fight, Boyka, mop in hand, catches Gaga's attention and asks to join the upcoming Prison Spits competition, an inter-prison tournament where the winner earns freedom. Gaga scoffs, convinced Boyka's knee can't be saved, but Boyka refuses to be dismissed. Determined, he pushes the injured knee to the limits, shaves his head, and trims his beard, marking his return. Soon after, when Zhikov wins another bout, Boyka storms into the ring, splashes water on him, and issues a direct challenge. The fight is swift. Boyka dismantles Zhikov and proves he is still a force to be reckoned with. Victorious, Boyka earns Russia's spot in the international tournament. Shortly after, he is transferred to Georgia's Gorgon prison, where fighters from across the globe are gathered: Silva from Brazil, Turbo from America, Dollar from Colombia, DuPont from France, and others. The warden, Kus, makes it clear, their battles will be for survival. Meanwhile, in the shadows, mafia bosses Gaga, Farnati, and Rizzo place their bets. Rizzo backs the Colombian, Dollar, insisting he's guaranteed to win, while Gaga stays loyal to Boyka. The tournament opens with Brazil against Greece.
This guy ain't bad, huh?
Silva brutally overpowers Mavros in a hard-hitting clash. The next fight, Turbo has to face off against the Croatian prisoner. Turbo knocks out the Croatian in the second round, drawing cheers from Farnati. Then it's Boyka's turn, facing Dupont of France. The crowd erupts as Boyka dominates him, proving he's back in top form. The next fight is the Colombian against the North Korean fighter. Finally, the Colombian crushes Lamchai of North Korea, securing his spot in the semi-finals. Afterward, the defeated fighters are escorted away. But soon, Boyka and the others discover the grim truth: the losers aren't sent home, they're executed. By day, the remaining fighters are forced into grueling rock quarry labor, with only an hour allowed for training. Their bodies weaken, all except Dollars. He receives special treatment, private training sessions, and performance-enhancing drugs supplied by Warden Kuss. Later in the afternoon in the mines, Boyka clashes with Turbo.
Here it comes.
Their rivalry boiling over into a fight that lands them in solitary. But soon after, their mutual struggle builds respect. Slowly, they begin training together, using hard labor to fuel their strength. Boyka admits he fights for respect, believing it's his God-given gift. However, Turbo reveals tattoos dedicated to his children, fighting for the chance to see them again. The first round of the semifinals arrives. Boyka faces Silva in a war of endurance.
Fight!
The Brazilian's power and skill push Boyka to the edge, but Boyka adjusts, locking Silva into a triangle choke. Silva taps, and Boyka wins. Moments later, Boyka helps Silva to his feet in respect. But that night, Silva is executed, reminding Boyka of the stakes. Meanwhile, guards savagely beat Turbo to weaken him before his fight with the Colombian, and when Boyka sees his battered friend, he realizes the tournament is rigged. Knowing Turbo is too injured to fight the Colombian, Boyka helps him escape during a quarry shift by faking a fight. The two brawl against armed guards, and with Boyka's sacrifice, Turbo flees into the forest, but Boyka is recaptured, facing Rizzo, Kuss, and even Gaga, who now betrays him by putting all bets on the Colombian. Alone and unsupported, Boyka vows to crush their scheme by defeating the Colombian in the final. The arena explodes with excitement as Boyka enters the ring against the tournament favorite, the Colombian.
Fight!
my eyes. Like lies, I'm stopping with my way of life. That's me. I started off wrong, and I'm killing you. Believe the final law of truth. It's the one thing that you done right. Even through hell,
After the Colombian brutalizes Boyka's knee and tears into his old injury. Boyka collapses, bloodied and barely standing. But then, something inside him reignites. Glancing at a blood-soaked mop like the one he once used as a cleaner, Boyka ties the cloth around his knee, clenches his teeth, and returns to the ring.
Boyka! Boyka! Boyka!
The Colombian cries out in agony as the crowd chants Boyka's name. The mobsters erupt in chaos. Gaga loses millions as Farnati shoots Rizzo in anger, only to be killed by Kuss himself. Boyka, despite his victory, is denied freedom, punished for helping Turbo escape. The warden tells Boyka he will return to scrubbing toilets in a Russian prison, but Boyka calmly replies that it doesn't matter, he's still the best fighter in the world. Later, the warden plans to execute Boyka outside the prison. But at the last moment, Turbo returns, rescuing him. Waiting outside is Gaga, who reveals he secretly placed his bets on Boyka all along, earning a fortune. He even sheltered Turbo during his escape. Handing Boyka a suitcase of money, Gaga tells him he's always believed in him, telling him with or without legs, he's still his strongest fighter in the world. Boyka reveals his first name, Yuri, to Turbo, who shares his real name, Jericho. The two part ways with mutual respect, promising to fight again one day. The movie closes on Boyka, walking into freedom with a bag of money in hand, laughing for the first time in years. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.